Men don't fall in love with looks alone. They don't commit because of attraction alone. They don't stay because of convenience. A man falls deeply, irrevocably in love when he feels something that goes beyond the surface. It's not about control. It's not about playing games. It's about igniting a spark in his heart that he can't ignore. And when that spark turns into a flame, he will chase you, adore you, and cherish you in a way that no one else can. Men fall in love with how you make them feel. It's a truth that many people overlook, believing that attraction, status, or even shared experiences are the most important aspects of love. But what truly captures a man's heart, what makes him stay, what makes him choose you over and over again, is how he feels when he is with you. A man might be drawn in by beauty, he might admire intelligence, but what makes him fall deeply, what makes him commit with his soul, is the way you make him feel about himself, about life, and about love. A man can have countless interactions throughout his life. He meets many people, shares conversations, experiences, moments, but only a few leave a lasting impact on his heart. The ones who do are not necessarily the most beautiful, the most successful, or the most exciting. They are the ones who made him feel something real, something rare, something undeniable. A man may not always be able to put it into words, but he knows when he feels it. He knows when someone makes him feel seen, appreciated, and valued in a way that he never has before. And once he feels it, he won't want to let it go. Many people believe that men are logical, that they don't connect emotionally the way women do, but that's not true. Men may not always express their emotions openly, but they feel deeply. They crave significance. They want to be more than just useful. They want to be wanted for who they are, not just what they can do. A man doesn't just fall in love with a woman's looks or words. He falls in love with the way she makes him feel when he's around her. He falls in love with the way she makes him feel like a man, like he is capable, strong, and valued. He falls in love when he feels safe enough to be vulnerable, when he feels like he doesn't have to pretend, when he feels like he is enough just as he is. When a man is with a woman who makes him feel truly special, everything changes. He starts to see her differently. She becomes irreplaceable, not because of what she does, but because of how she makes him feel. It's not about control. It's not about making him dependent. It's about creating an emotional space where he feels like he belongs, where he feels like he is appreciated, admired, and understood. When a man finds this kind of connection, he will move mountains to keep it. Because in a world where men are often expected to be strong, to hide their emotions, to always be in control, finding someone who makes them feel deeply, effortlessly, is rare. A man will always remember the woman who made him feel like he mattered. He may forget what was said. He may forget the details of a conversation, but he will never forget the feeling he had when he was with her. He will never forget how she looked at him like he was the most important person in the room. He will never forget the way her words made him feel like he was capable of anything. He will never forget how she made him feel like a hero, even in the smallest of ways. And when a man feels like a king in your presence, he will want to protect that feeling, cherish it, and never let it go. So many relationships fall apart not because of lack of love, but because one or both partners stop making each other feel special. They stop appreciating. They stop admiring. They stop making each other feel like they are the best thing that has ever happened to them. And when that feeling fades, so does the relationship. Because love is not just about being together. It's about how you make each other feel every single day. If a man feels like he is taken for granted, if he feels like he is just another person in your life, he will slowly pull away. But if he feels like he is your greatest treasure, if he feels like he is the one who brings light into your world, he will stay, not because he has to, but because he wants to. A man will always be drawn to the person who makes him feel like the best version of himself, the one who encourages him, who believes in him, who sees his potential even when he doesn't see it himself. He will be magnetized to the one who speaks to his heart in a way no one else does. The one who makes him feel like he is enough. The one who makes him feel like he is home. Because at the end of the day, love is not just about passion, excitement, or even compatibility. It's about the feeling you leave in someone's heart. And when a man finds someone who makes him feel like he is truly valued, truly appreciated, and truly loved, he won't ever want to let her go. Words have the power to unlock his heart. The right words, spoken at the right moment, can reach places in a man's soul that nothing else can. A man may not always express what he feels, but he feels deeply. His heart is not made of stone. It is guarded. And when the right words come from the right person, his walls start to come down. He begins to trust, to open up, to let someone in. It's not about manipulation. It's not about saying what he wants to hear. It's about speaking with sincerity, about saying words that reflect what you truly feel. Because a man can sense authenticity. He knows when words are empty, and he knows when they are real. And when they are real, they become unforgettable. There are words that make a man feel needed, and then there are words that make a man feel chosen. A man wants to be more than useful. He doesn't want to feel like just another person who happens to be there. He wants to feel like he is the one you truly see, the one you admire, the one you can't imagine your life without. He wants to know that he is not just there to fix problems or provide solutions. He wants to know that his presence alone is enough, that he is not just fulfilling a role, but that he holds a place in your heart that no one else can. The right words can awaken a man's deepest emotions. When you tell a man, "I believe in you," something inside him shifts. The world may not always see his potential. He may even doubt himself at times. But when the woman he cares about tells him she believes in him, it gives him a strength he didn't know he had. He feels unstoppable. He feels like he can take on anything. Because those words don't just encourage him, they validate him. They make him feel like he is enough, like he is worth something greater than what the world sees. And when a man feels that kind of support, he doesn't just remember it, he treasures it. When a man hears, "I appreciate you," he feels seen. He feels like what he does matters. So often, men go through life trying to be strong, trying to be responsible, trying to do their best, without ever hearing those words. They carry the weight of expectations, responsibilities, and silent struggles. And when someone stops and acknowledges him, not just for what he does, but for who he is, it creates a bond that is unbreakable. He feels valued. He feels like his efforts are not just expected, but truly appreciated. And when a man feels appreciated, he gives more. He loves deeper. He invests his heart fully. When you say, "I choose you," it does something to a man that no other words can. It tells him that among all the choices, all the possibilities, all the distractions of life, you see him as the one. Not because you need him, but because you want him. A man doesn't just want to be a convenience. He wants to be a priority. He wants to know that he is not just another option in your life, but the one you genuinely choose every single day. When a man feels chosen, he feels safe. He feels like he belongs. And that feeling is what makes love last. A man's heart is not unlocked by logic, by actions alone, or even by time. It is unlocked by the words that make him feel something real. Words that make him feel like he is more than enough. Words that make him feel respected, admired, and truly wanted. A man may not always say it, but he craves those words more than he even realizes. Because at the core of every man is the desire to be valued, to be seen, to be loved in a way that makes him feel like he is irreplaceable. A man who feels deeply connected to a woman is not just there because he enjoys her company. He is there because he feels something he cannot explain, something he doesn't want to lose. He may not always know why, but he knows that when he is with her, he feels different. He feels stronger, more confident, more alive. He feels like he is becoming the best version of himself. And that feeling is what makes him stay. That feeling is what makes him love without hesitation. That feeling is what makes him see her as the one he could never walk away from. It is never just about the words. It is about how those words make him feel. When you speak to his heart, when you remind him of his worth, when you make him feel like the man he was always meant to be, he will hold on to you in a way he never has with anyone else. Because in a world that often makes him feel invisible, you are the one who makes him feel like he truly matters. And when a man feels that, when he knows that, he will never want to let you go. A man may seem strong on the outside, confident in his actions, steady in his decisions, but inside he carries a heart that craves to be understood, to be valued, to be chosen. He may not always express his emotions in words, but he feels them deeply. And the words he hears, especially from the woman he cares about, have the power to either strengthen or break him. When you speak to his heart, when you say the words that resonate with his deepest desires, you unlock a part of him that no one else has. One of the most powerful things a man can hear is, "I believe in you." These words may seem simple, but they hold an incredible force. A man faces expectations, challenges, and even doubts that he rarely speaks about. The world demands him to be strong, to lead, to figure things out. But behind every confident man is a moment when he questions himself. He wonders if he is truly capable, if he has what it takes. And when the woman he loves looks him in the eyes and says, "I believe in you," it does something profound to him. It silences his doubts. It fuels his spirit. It makes him feel invincible. Because if she sees his potential, if she trusts his strength, then he starts to believe in himself even more. These words are not just encouragement, they are a foundation. They tell a man that no matter what, there is someone who sees him for who he truly is, not just for what he has or hasn't achieved. That kind of belief is rare, and when a man feels it, he holds on to it with everything he has. A man doesn't just want to be needed. He wants to be appreciated. He may take care of things, protect, provide, support, but what truly makes him feel connected is when he hears, "I appreciate you." Too often, men go through life unnoticed for the effort they put in. They don't always hear gratitude for the late nights, the hard work, the silent sacrifices. They don't always get recognized for the things they do to make life easier for others. And when someone acknowledges him, not just for what he does, but for who he is, it touches him in a way that is unforgettable. A simple "thank you" is good, but "I appreciate you" goes deeper. It tells him that you see the effort he puts in, that you value his presence, that he is not just doing things out of obligation, but that his actions truly mean something. Appreciation makes a man want to do more, not because he has to, but because he feels valued. When he feels like his love, his time, his presence matters, he will give more, love deeper, and stay more connected than ever. Above all, a man wants to feel chosen, to be picked, not out of need or convenience, but because he is the one you truly see. When a man hears, "I choose you," it reaches a part of him that no other words can. The world is full of options, full of distractions, full of people passing in and out of each other's lives. And yet, when he knows that he is the one you continuously choose, it creates a bond that nothing can break. A man does not want to feel like he is just someone who happens to be there. He wants to feel like he is the only one who holds that special place in your heart. Being chosen is not about grand gestures. It's about consistency. It's about knowing that no matter what, through good times and bad, through challenges and successes, he is still the one you look at with admiration. When a man feels chosen, he feels safe. He doesn't have to question his place in your life. He doesn't have to wonder if he is enough. He just knows. And that knowledge gives him a sense of security that allows him to love freely, to be vulnerable, to trust in a way he never has before. These words are not magic because of how they sound. They are magic because of what they mean. They tell a man that he is not just another person in your life, but someone who is deeply valued, someone who is seen, someone who is loved in a way that is undeniable. A man may not always say it, but he carries these words with him. They become the foundation of how he sees himself, how he connects, how he loves, when he feels believed in, when he feels appreciated, when he knows he is chosen. He does not just stay, he thrives. He becomes the man he was always meant to be, and he gives his heart completely without hesitation, without fear, because he knows he has found something. A man may seem like he has everything figured out. He may carry himself with confidence, move with purpose, and speak with certainty. But beneath that exterior, every man has a place in his heart that craves something deeper. He wants to feel understood, valued, and needed in a way that goes beyond the surface. The way you speak to a man, the words you choose, and the emotions you express can either pull him closer or push him away. When a man hears the right words, the ones that touch the core of his being, something changes in him. He doesn't just listen, he feels them. He carries them with him, and they influence the way he sees himself, the way he loves, and the way he connects. When a man hears, "I respect you," it resonates with him on a level that few things can. Respect is not just about acknowledging his achievements or admiring his strength. It's about seeing him for who he is and valuing the choices he makes. A man can feel love, but if he doesn't feel respected, that love doesn't reach him in the way you might expect. Respect tells him that his opinions matter, that his efforts are seen, and that his leadership is trusted. A man who feels respected stands taller, moves with more confidence, and pours more into the relationship. He doesn't have to prove himself because he knows he is already seen as someone worthy. The absence of respect, however, can make a man withdraw. When he feels dismissed, when his words are not taken seriously, or when his decisions are constantly questioned without consideration, he begins to feel like he is not enough. But when a woman genuinely expresses, "I respect you," it unlocks something in him. It tells him that he is trusted, that his presence is valued, and that he is more than just a provider. He is someone whose thoughts, feelings, and actions matter. A man also longs to hear, "I trust you." Trust is not just about believing he will be faithful. It's about giving him the space to be himself without fear of judgment or doubt. A man carries the weight of responsibility in ways that he rarely expresses. He makes decisions, he takes risks, and he often holds his fears inside because he doesn't want to appear weak. But when he hears, "I trust you," it lifts a burden off his shoulders. It tells him that he doesn't have to constantly prove himself, that he is not being second-guessed at every turn. It allows him to be vulnerable, to open up, and to share parts of himself that he would otherwise keep hidden. Trust strengthens a man. It gives him the confidence to lead, to love, and to commit fully. A man who feels trusted doesn't just step up, he stays, he invests, he gives more than he ever thought possible, because he knows that he is not walking this path alone. He is walking with someone who believes in his ability to navigate life, no matter the challenges that come. Another powerful thing a man needs to hear is, "I support you." Life is full of pressures, expectations, and responsibilities that can sometimes feel overwhelming. A man may carry these burdens without complaint, but deep down, he longs to know that someone is standing beside him, not just when things are easy, but when things are hard. Support is not about fixing his problems or giving him constant reassurance. It's about being there in the moments when he feels uncertain, when he is chasing a dream, when he is taking a risk. It's about reminding him that he doesn't have to do everything alone. When a woman tells a man, "I support you," she is giving him the strength to keep pushing forward. She is telling him that even when the world is against him, she is in his corner. That kind of support is rare, and when a man feels it, he will do everything in his power to protect and cherish the person who gives it to him. More than anything, a man wants to hear, "I need you," not in a way that makes him feel like he is responsible for your happiness, but in a way that tells him he is an essential part of your life. Men are wired to want to provide, to protect, to be the person their partner can rely on, but in a world that constantly pushes independence and self-sufficiency, many men start to feel like they are not truly needed. They begin to question their place, their purpose, their importance. But when a man hears, "I need you," it speaks directly to his heart. It tells him that he is irreplaceable, that his presence makes a difference, that his love is more than just appreciated, it is essential. When a man feels needed, he doesn't just stay, he commits on a level that goes beyond words. He invests his energy, his emotions, and his heart because he knows that he is not just wanted, he is needed in a way that no one else can fulfill. These words are not just statements, they are affirmations of love, respect, and connection. They build a foundation that no external force can shake. A man may not always express his emotions openly, but he feels them deeply. And when he hears words that affirm his worth, his role, and his importance, he responds in a way that is undeniable. He loves harder, he stays longer, and he gives more because he knows that he is not just another person in your life. He is the one you have chosen to see, to trust, to support, and to need.